Vermont is famous for a lot of things. Maple syrup, handcrafted wood furniture, cheddar cheese. Well, they make pretty good golf courses up here too. Case in point, the Quechee Club, 36 holes of mountain and lakeside mastery from the late Geoffrey Cornish. A wonderland of activity with all of its amenities right on property and all of the natural wonders of the state of Vermont throughout this valley surrounding it. On this episode of The Traveling Golfer, we're going to take you on a wonderful tour of the Vermont area and the Quechee Club. Take a ride with the Traveling Golfer on this one. It will be a sight for the senses.
This lager comes from a place that's been brewing beer for longer than anyone else in America, where men and women have crafted amber gold in the caves below since before refrigeration. It comes from Yuengling, America's oldest brewery, and brings with it all the know-how that doing a thing well for nearly 200 years affords. Yuengling Traditional Lager. Respect. It's earned.
We're on the third tee of the Lakeland course with TJ Anthoyne, Director of Golf at the Quechee Club. All 36 holes, and it really doesn't get much more beautiful than this.
It's one of the most gorgeous places in New England.
Well, the Traveling Golfer will unhide that for you. The Quechee Club has a terrific pedigree thanks to Geoffrey Cornish, well-known golf course architect, but extremely well-known in the New England area.
For sure, yeah, he's got two gems here that are absolutely outstanding. Test of golf, you know, the Highland golf course, carved out somewhat on the top of the hill, and the other 9 on this side with Lakeland, and you know, the Lakeland golf course as well is a test for all golfers. It's phenomenal.
Lakeland, obviously a little bit flatter, but then there's some water to contend with.
It's definitely flatter, but there's water, I think, on 16 of the holes here. On this tee box right here, we're hitting over the river. There's a couple tee shots coming in on 17 from the back tees. You got to carry it about 230 to get to the fairway. There's plenty of water out there for sure. Yeah. Probably my favorite hole on Lakeland is 17. It's a good par 4. Typically plays into the wind. The green's hidden with some bunkers.
Not only is the Quechee Club a favorite of the vacationers and the people who live in the area in Vermont, but the great players in the country have found their way here also.
Yeah, that's correct. In September of 2016, we hosted the Quechee Collegiate Challenge, which brought Division I golf schools from the Northeast, likes of Harvard, Dartmouth, University of Rhode Island, UPenn. You see a lot of quality golf shots, not many missed shots. The greens on Lakeland are tricky. I think that was probably their only defense. And you know, I saw a lot of head scratching, but a lot of good golf shots too.
Now the Highland course, as you said, part of it on one side of the road, the other part on the other side is really some severe terrain that he had to work with there. That took a little ingenuity.
Absolutely. There's not a flat lie on that backside of the Highland golf course, and it's a true test for everybody. Yeah.
And some of those holes are really breathtaking, but the one thing that caught my attention was the 4 par 3 holes on the Highland course. You want unique? At the Highlands course at the Quechee Club, you've got unique. How often do you stand on the first hole of a golf course with an iron in your hand? This 150-yard beauty is a par 3 to start your day. The biggest advantage? How often can you make a hole-in-one with your first swing of the day? Number 8 on the Highlands course might be one of the great par 3s in all of Vermont. Notice the wood in my hand? 221 yards from the blue tees, and there's another set of tees behind that. And for some of us, it's a par 4. 2 of the par 3s from the blue tees are more than 200 yards. One of them a 221 yarder. And then the baby, the 190 yarder, that's severely uphill, plays like 210. That's as tough as it gets.
Standing on that tee, the green looks about the size of a penny, and you got a 4-iron in your hand, hitting it right up the hill.
That is, to me, the real trademark of that Highland golf course.
On the backside, I'd say 15, kind of all the way to the top of the property. You're standing on the 15th tee, and you can see pretty much the entire valley.
As we mentioned, severe piece of property for the Highland course. That means a lot of up and down. That means an ability to handle the elevation changes. Takes a little bit of ciphering.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, you get to the back nine of Highland, there's elevation change. I'm pretty much starting in the 11th tee. You start to climb up the hill, and you start to come back down the hill on the 18th tee box. And a testament is we have a very strong walking membership here that will not walk the back nine of Highland for that reason.
I can imagine that. Also, a few of the holes really severe side hill lies on the fairways, and that takes a little bit of knowledge and understanding balance before you try and take a golf swing.
Yeah, so that's why a lot of the amateurs have a hard time with the back nine of Highland because of the severe slopes. It really test your ability to play golf for sure.
All right, Key, be a balanced golfer. All right, I know I get imbalanced a few times in golf and in life, but balance on the golf course will help you handle the hills on the Highland course.
Hi everybody, David Glott here, president and founder of Tour Edge Golf. Super excited about our new Hot Launch 2 adjustable driver coming to you right now. The driver features a deep center of gravity with additional screw weighting for the ultimate in launch. We have a brand new cup face design that's thinner than the original Hot Launch driver. The adjustable hosel allows you to adjust the loft between 8.5 and 12.5 degrees in 1 degree increments.
We dare you to find a better custom-fitted value in golf. Tour Edge is golf's most solid investment.
They've got a great little short game practice area here at the Quechee Club. Low profile green to practice your bump and run shots. An elevated green for the lob shots. And for most golfers, an area to practice their most common shot, hitting it in the water. One of the most important things about a club is happy members, and when one of those members also is a golf industry professional, you have the perfect tour guide. Lynn Laskowski, a golf industry professional, could have gone anywhere, picked the Quechee Club as her club, and I know why.
Well, it's got a little bit of something for everybody, and I happen to like a lot of things. So we've got wonderful summer amenities here with a beautiful new indoor-outdoor pool and racquetball and tennis. Did I mention 2 incredible golf courses? That's probably been told just a few times, Tony.
The golf here, it really is special. But what surprised me was all these other activities. As you say, I think your words were it's like an adult playpen here.
It's a playground for adults and kids too, I guess. You know, we've got pickleball and got these heated courts, squash courts, and you know, every week there's a new kayaking trip that takes place here. We've got fitness classes for folks, you know, from yoga and strength training, massage facilities, and then there's the winter time. Everyone thinks about winter in Vermont.
Certainly is known for something else. skiing, and you have your own ski hill right here on property.
You know, obviously there are folks that are big downhill skiers that can go up to a Killington or Okemo, but having our own little hill here is wonderful, not just, you know, for families, but for
And
adults
it's not
too.
that teeny tiny. It's 650-foot vertical drop, so it's a medium-sized hill. 13 trails. You know, that's not bad.
And cross-country skiing on our wonderful golf courses as well as the backwoods. I think you see very active-minded folks here. Key things that people mention when you say, do you know Quechee, Vermont? Yeah, Quechee, Vermont. It's that Simon Pierce, the glass-blowing and wonderful food restaurant.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that, because that is quite an attraction.
Oh, Simon Pierce, they do incredible glass-blowing over there. It's a great place to shop for yourself. I mean, these are gifts that last a lifetime. I can't tell you how many friends and family we take there for dinner. The dining is exquisite. It's 5-star dining. The service is impeccable, and it overlooks a wonderful waterfall, you know, with the Quechee Bridge there.
And for those who want to take a bit of an outdoor adventure, I've heard of the Quechee Gorge.
Maybe this is a bit extreme, but it's sort of like the East Coast Grand Canyon. It's incredible. You see tons of people in buses that stop by the bridge at the Quechee Gorge there, and they have like visitor centers. It's a place that you can hike down, you know, with your dogs, with your kids. One of the things Quechee's known for is its wonderful balloon festival on Father's Day weekend every year. It's incredible. And, you know, because the hot air balloons go off so frequently here, really probably 3 seasons out of the year, you'll see hot air balloons going up over the golf courses. Quechee Gorge and Simon Pierce are 2 must-haves, and I like to think that the Quechee Club is the third sort of diamond in the rough here in Quechee, Vermont. This is a great place to unwind, to kick back, and oh, by the way, you know, if you're really interested in working a little and playing a lot, you can do that too, which is sort of my motto. So there is something for everyone, and I would also say that probably the greatest added value for me has been the community. You know, people are so philanthropic, and I think that it shows, you know, through and through with the Quechee community.
And don't forget the Vermont maple syrup. Bring a bottle home for the family. They'll love it. Our tour guide, Lynn Laskowski, thank you for the trip
Tony.
around the valley.
Good to see you.
All of the wonders of the Quechee Club. It's time to tell you how you can enjoy these wonders. The man who holds the key, Craig ALLSOPP, the president of the Quechee Club, and welcome to the Traveling Golfer.
Well, thank you very much, Tony. It's a pleasure for me to be here, and I hope you're enjoying your time here at the Quechee Club.
How could you not? These surroundings are absolutely incredible. And I guess, you know, if you got it, you might as well brag about it. We're overlooking your newest addition, the $5 million swimming pool.
That's right. It's both an indoor and outdoor aquatic facility. Olympic-sized pools, both indoor and outdoor, and it was a huge, huge hit this past summer.
Yeah. How can we make the other people who are not quite yet members of the Quechee Club happy? How can they come and enjoy this facility? Obviously, the easiest way is to join and be a member, but there's other ways.
No, that's correct. Quechee Club is a landowners association with approximately 1,400 members. All the landowners are members of the club and therefore have rights to the golf club and all the other amenities we have. But since Vermont is such a big tourist destination, we have relationships with many, many bed and breakfasts, hotels in the area, and their guests are extended Quechee Club privileges at normal guest fees. And because we're a vacation home community in part, we have a very, very robust summer rental program. So people can come up for a weekend, a week, 2 weeks in the summertime, and as a result of staying here, are able to play our golf courses.
That's sort of the best of both worlds. If you build or buy and own a property here, Quechee Lakes, when you're not using it, and you're obviously not going to use it all the time, you can throw it into the rental pool. They manage it, they fill it for you, send you a little check.
More or less. I mean, the program has been extremely well received by our membership. We have many people here who are full-time residents, and we also have many people who don't rent their homes. But those condos and homes that are in the pool are in demand.
Yeah, I can imagine. And of course, as you mentioned, the hotels and inns in the area, just like the Quechee Inn, where the Traveling Golfers stayed during our little shoot here, have a stay and play association with you.
That's correct. And then the one way to play that I didn't mention was actually the way that I played the golf course the first time.
Snuck on in the middle of the night. No.
That when I was younger, yeah. But now we have reciprocal privileges, and so if you have your golf pro, call our golf pro. He or she can arrange for you to play on our golf courses.
That's nice.
If you're traveling through the area.
That's the beauty of the golf world. We're all friends, and we're all part of the golf family, and when a golf professional can introduce somebody new to an area, no better introduction in the world. Rick TRAHAN, innkeeper, general manager, the Quechee Inn, one of the most quaint and rustically beautiful places I think I've ever stayed. And of course, you get visitors from all over the world at a place like this. Yeah. Some famous ones over the years.
A few. Most notably was Julia Child. She had family in the area, and she used to always stay in room 2, which we kind of call the Julia Child room because it's the original kitchen of the home that was built in 1793.
So did she actually cook here?
She would go in the kitchen and see what the chefs were doing, to their great consternation, I'm sure. But she was very pretty laid back, from what I understand.
Yeah. Of course, Quechee Inn is involved with the golf at the Quechee Club, but also plenty of other sports throughout the year.
Yeah, I mean, we have a great relationship with the Quechee Club in that we do like a stay-and-play golf package. And then in the summer, there's tons that we rent bicycles and canoes and kayaks, and we're just surrounded by rivers and streams here. And they also do professional fly fishing lessons. So we're a year-round inn. Every day we serve a full hot breakfast to our guests. It's included in the room rates, which is it's a great deal. And then our restaurant is fantastic, and our chef does a great job. The food in the restaurant is spectacular, and we serve 365 days a year. We are never closed.
And farm to table is a mantra here.
It's a big thing here. We actually have our own small garden out back, and the kitchen has an herb garden here, and then there's just a constant stream of local farmers that we do business with all summer long, and even through the winter. We get all of our produce and vegetables all locally farmed.
And a variety of rooms on the property.
Exactly. Yep. The original home was built in 1793, and that was converted in the early 70s into what is now a 25-room inn. So the original home has a variety of different rooms. Most of the rooms have either a king or a queen bed. Some of the rooms in the new wing have 2 queen beds. We have 3 different suites, so there's definitely a lot of options for families. And all the rooms have their own private bathroom, free Wi-Fi. We have the modern amenities in a historic property.
All the modern amenities, but historic and quirky and a little bit mystical too.
Well, any old inn is going to be rumors of ghostly occurrences. Here we've certainly had our share of guests reporting seeing things that kind of go bump in the night. I've personally never seen anything, but who knows?
And it goes back to the original owners, is that correct?
Right. We've never had any instances of unpleasant stuff.
Yeah. Just adds to the charm of the property. The Quechee Inn, folks, if you want a real taste of Vermont in a true way, especially with their great culinary history here, the Quechee Inn is the place to stay. You'll get the full Vermont experience. Most people come to the Quechee Inn for a little vacation, relaxation, but some come for the biggest event of their life, a wedding. And we have the wedding planner. Michelle Campbell is the assistant innkeeper, director of sales and marketing here at the Quechee Inn.
Yes.
And the one who arranges all these very special weddings.
Very special weddings and most memorable day of someone's life.
And you have a separate facility that you use for the summer weddings.
We do.
a very elegant tent
Absolutely.
that looks out over a beautiful piece of property.
It certainly does. So we're very seasonal for our weddings here. So the tent goes up in May. It's a 3,200 square foot tent that sits atop a beautiful brick courtyard overlooking the gorgeous meadow and up to 180 guests. And then in the winter time, we will do some more intimate indoor weddings.
Smaller wedding in the common area
Yeah,
at the inn.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very
Absolutely
charming.
Beautiful. It is very charming. The fireplace going, the bar is right in there.
And you've had some slightly unusual weddings here at the Quechee Inn?
Unusual, I would say most people are very down to earth. So we're very fortunate for the brides and grooms and couples that we get to work with.
Bride and groom on horseback for a wedding at the Quechee Inn. Thanks for bringing that little bit of history of this wonderful property to us here at the Traveling Golfer. And maybe you can come up for a wedding at the Quechee Inn. What an incredible visit to the Ottauquechee River Valley of Vermont. We enjoyed our stay at the Quechee Inn at Marshland Farms, historic, rustic, maybe even a little bit haunted. We really enjoyed our visit to the Quechee Club, playing both the Highlands course and the Lakeland course. Folks, believe me, this trip to Vermont is an eyeful and also a great thrill for the other senses, especially culinary. We enjoyed taking you on this trip. We're going to take one more panoramic view of the entire area, and we hope to see you somewhere down the trail on the Traveling Golfer, either the golf trail or the ski trail.
Tony Leodora's golf wardrobe, courtesy of Antigua, the leader in modern golf apparel. Tour Edge is the official equipment sponsor of the Traveling Golfer.